Austin St. John. I played Jason, the original Red Ranger in the 90s hit television show, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Today I kind of wanted to share with you some things that I'm passionate about, things that I love to collect and have been around my entire life since I was a child. Father was a Marine, brother's a Marine, mom was a police officer. I spent 4 years in the Middle East for the war. I've worked with police. I've been around weapons my whole life. I've been around hand-to-hand combat my whole life. I just wanted to share a little bit of what these tools, and that's what I consider guns, knives, forks, spoons. They're tools. I love them. You know, we talk about tools. It's widely accepted martial arts are an amazing tool. If used correctly, you know, you don't go out and beat up everybody on the street. It's to protect your family, protect yourself, your loved ones, and maybe even sometimes those who can't protect themselves and need it. And it was those tools that got me the job on Power Rangers. I could not have landed the role without the martial arts skills, the gymnastic skills to back it up. I just wanted to show you some of the stuff that I've been doing since I was a kid that I'm passionate about. The very first weapon I had as a child was a .22 long rifle. I was basically planking iron targets in the desert, occasionally hunting with it. The second weapon I ever had was this one. This is a Browning high-powered 9mm. This one is one of my favorites. Fires a 9mm round. Here's the magazine that goes into it. This is a magazine. You have everybody and they talk about, well, what's a clip, what's a magazine? A clip is something that would have used in a World War II, like Enfield or Springfield rifle. Usually it goes in the bottom of the weapon, sometimes the top of the weapon, and it may only hold like 5 rounds. And then it shoots out this little, kind of like when you're popping a Coke can open, and then you put in another clip and stick it in there. This is essentially a clip encased in a magazine with a much bigger spring that pushes the rounds up through the handle each time the slide ejects around and brings it in. First thing I want to do anytime I'm messing with a weapon is I have to make sure it's clear. You'll notice I put on gloves. The oils that come from your hands aren't something to just run around and rub all over your weapons. But this is just one way to care for them and not get them dirty all the time. So first thing I want to do is check my weapon and make sure it's not hot. I see my hammer's not back and I have no magazine. I've already ejected the magazine, which empty mag, throw it in there, my mag, I can drop, pull it from here, slide it back, and from here I'm gonna do a couple things. I'm not just gonna look, oh look, it's clear. I see daylight, which I'm looking at down through here. I've got daylight, I can see down through the barrel here, and then I do a blind test and kind of get my pinky down in there so that I can see that no bullet is sitting right up against here. From there I can release my slide. I see my hammer in firing position. It will not release on this weapon unless I have a magazine in there. And I don't want to leave my hammer in that position, so I'm going to put in an empty magazine, which I can see here the mag is empty, and I can also see here there's no bullets in the back of the mag. And then I'm going to, in a secure position, even though I know it's not loaded, there's certain habits you just never break. Down at the ground, up in the sky, never at anybody or in any direction. I can pull the trigger, release the hammer, drop my mag. I know my weapon now is secure, not loaded. So a couple other things, real simple, is the simplicity with which you can clean it. Browning, as far as I'm concerned, is an excellent manufacturer. I've had this thing since I was 12 or 13 years old. It still will shoot the lights out inside of 40 yards. So just simple maintenance. If I want to slide it all the way back to its second lock position now, I can push this pin here, which will release this slide here, which I would typically keep it on, use to pull the hammer back and hold into a rack position so I could load or check the cylinder. I'm going to release this, releases the slide, my weapon is now in pieces, and then from here, in seconds, I have my weapon dismantled and I can clean. And you see, there's nice little shiny bits in there. I still have a very thin film of gun residue or gun oil, which helps protect the weapon and keep it secured. So, can put it back together equally as quick. And that's what I love about the Browning. Very simple to maintain, excellent weapon, exceptionally accurate, well made, great, great manufacturing and background. And these guys are just, they're awesome. Release the thumb, release my rack. My hammer, once again, is back. And again, and I don't have to release the hammer. I can always hold the hammer, pull the trigger, and I don't get the click because you don't want to dry fire your weapon too many times anyway. Drop my hammer again, secure, I'm good to go. My weapon is now secure. I also keep a flashlight. A lot of times on longer barreled weapons, or if it's dark, I can, once I slide the rack back, for instance, if I'm in a low light situation and I still need to be sure, I can drop this flashlight down here and make sure that my weapon is indeed clear and that there's no round sitting in the chamber. Every weapon, every time, I don't care if John Rambo, a Navy SEAL, the Holy Roman Pope, I don't care who hands you a weapon. Every weapon is loaded until you yourself have secured it and you yourself are sure it is not loaded. And if I watch you go through that whole process and then you hand it to me, you better damn well guarantee I'm gonna check it myself too. So this is part of the education. This is part of what goes into gun safety, and I am avid about it. I have a family. I don't play around with this stuff. These weapons are with me or they are in the safe. All right, this weapon is secure and just in time. Kenzie, where are you going, hon?
Daddy?
Yeah?
I got boogers over in my...
You got boogers all over? Come here.
Boogers out.
It's got boogers out.